WiGroup is targeting smaller retailers as it is opening up its platform to them for the first time. The chief executive of the company, Bevin Ducasse, is visiting us in our Cape Town studio. Bevin, nice to have you there. We've had on this program a few times Stafford Marcy, who did a Pebble, it's called the ABSA Pebble innovation that he says is taking the market by storm. Is what you're bringing in something similar?
Thanks, Alec. Yeah, our platform is actually very different to what Stafford Massey is doing and what they call the payment pebble. Really what we enable is mobile transacting, but instead of offering a consumer application, we've built a platform that allows retailers to integrate to a single platform, and then we power or enable all the different mobile transaction apps in their merchant environments. So instead of paying with a card and using your phone to accept the card, which is what the Pebble is and Square does, we actually allow customers to pay with their phone, but we're also agnostic to all the different mobile transaction apps that are coming into the market.
So tell us more about how this works. So clearly it uses QR codes as well as the tap and go system. The efficiencies regarding this?
Yeah, so we've got about three different models at a high level. The first is NFC, which we've seen Apple Pay launch recently, and they use near-field communication. We then have what they call just a one-time PIN.
Slowly.
Oh, sorry.
We're a broad audience. Sorry. NFC, National Finance Corporation?
No.
just unpack it for us a little bit more, please.
No problem. So I think let's just start with what is mobile transacting. And basically, mobile transacting is where a consumer uses their phone to pay in a merchant environment rather than using cards or cash. So that's the foundation. The term mobile transacting is also broader than just paying with your phone. It's also about mobile couponing, mobile vouchering, and mobile loyalty. So that's pretty much what we enable. And there are three different processes that a customer can use to pair their phone in a store. So the first one, which I mentioned, NFC, is near-field communication. So it's what they call an RFID tag. Everyone will be familiar with a Gautrain or an Oyster card. It's a similar protocol, and that's what people use to tap their phone to pay. The other one, which we're starting to see grow quite rapidly, is QR code. So you can either scan your phone or you scan a QR code, and that pairs your phone at the point of sale and concludes the transaction.
Has the rollout of this been fairly difficult?
It has been. We've obviously had to integrate to some of the leading retailers in Africa, the likes of Shoprite Group, Pick n Pays, KFC. So we started in the bigger retailers. And as you can imagine, the big retail point-of-sale software doesn't change easily. And obviously, when we have to update thousands of point-of-sale lanes, it's a challenge. And so it took us about 2 years to get into, for example, Shoprite's point of sale and to roll out and train their cashiers. But it's a tipping point. Once your platform grows, the more applications that plug on, the faster it grows. And so we're starting to see some of that momentum now through our platform.
Bevin, just to close off with the fees, does this change for any of the major retailers that you've mentioned?
So you say have the fees changed?
Yeah, basically the cost of having this infrastructure being rolled out in their outlets.
Sure. So we charge, from a WiGroup perspective, we charge a small monthly fee, which really isn't significant for the retailers. We're looking at about 100 Rand per store. But what we are finding is the cost of engaging with customers, the cost of transacting, the cost of launching mobile banking solutions is reducing significantly. And that's the power of mobile. For basically all the large retailers now can start engaging with their customers using a mobile transaction app at a fraction of the cost of rolling out a card program. And we're seeing huge cost reductions for the retailers.
Aren't you also able to get into restaurants? Because clearly that is, from a fraud perspective and from a bank card perspective, an area which would seem to lend itself to this.
100%. So I think mobile is adding not only another level of security to transactions, because you're not handing over your card which has your card data on it. Your phone is obviously encrypting that data for you. And also just from a convenience, we're starting to see mobile transacting happening in a retail environment where you sit down and you can scan your bill, as an example, and pay without the waiter having to go get a card machine. Also, the hardware of that card machine costs somewhere around 4,000 Rand just for the device. Some of those mom and pop shops or restaurants are paying somewhere in the region of 300 to 500 Rand a month for that device. And mobile transacting is obviously using the point of sale software they already have. So we're adding no additional cost to them, but we're saving them on fraud, we're saving them on the ability to engage with customers and the cost of that. So there's really a huge amount of benefit of them moving digital rather than sticking with just the card market.
Thank you so much to Bevin Ducasse. He's the Chief Executive of WiGroup.